Hi, this is a 2018 Ford Explorer 3.5 liter, no turbo. And it's got a charging system problem. It's got that service charging system now light that comes on when you start the car. After about 10-15 seconds, then it pops up. You can hit the OK button and it'll clear the message. But it comes on every time you start the car. So based on, first assumption of course is that you're gonna need an alternator. I mean, that's pretty much taken for granted. But based on looking at videos on how to change the alternator, came across a couple of videos about broken wires. Specifically one on a 2018 Explorer, and I went, there are no onesies in this world. If something happens to your car naturally, I'm not talking about like you backed it into a telephone pole, but if something happens to your car, your car is not the only one that it happened to. This is just statistical probabilities. So no onesies. That means there's a bunch of other cars out there that got that problem. It's probably related to some sort of a manufacturing defect. Somehow the wire gets nicked, it gets pulled and gets broken, and then the corrosion starts. So yeah, spoiler alert, what I did was, if you're gonna change the alternator, you gotta take the air cleaner box and the silencer box and the tube going to the throttle body. You take that off and that exposes the area underneath your battery and your air cleaner, and there's a connector there. Take a look at that before you go any further on your alternator and look for a broken wire. That's what I found. I'm gonna show you a couple of the checks I did, show you the broken wire, and then what I did to fix it. I ran a jumper wire and that took care of it. Instead of the voltage being at 13.6 or 7, 13.5, whatever. But it goes into the default mode. So it does still charge, hopefully. And it's been doing this for like 3 months. So it does still keep the battery charged up, but you could get into trouble and you could end up with a dead battery. What was I gonna say? Oh, when it's normally charging, it will go up higher than 15 volts. Because like right now, the battery is kind of low, and once I got it working, the voltage just jumped right up to 15 plus. So anyway, take a look at the video, and I hope it helps you, and we'll talk to you later. So before I go much further, I'm just going to do a couple of quick checks. I took these two cables off the fuse box. Fuse box cover just opens by that clip and it flips up. And the alternator fuse is this fuse right here. It's a red number 10 amp fuse, and 12.4, and the battery is 12.4. I took these two wires off. These have a couple fuses down below them, so just check these. And so there I've got 12.4, 12.4. Now, interestingly enough, I've got some residual voltage in this wire here. I think this is the big wire coming from the alternator. And this one here has nothing. So just for information, but this alternator fuse appears to be okay. That's fuse number 93. I'll put this back together. So I'm going to be looking for a broken wire, or we're going to change the alternator and give that a shot. So we got to get this air, either way we got to get this air box and air filter unit out of here. So we got a couple of 8mm over here. Loosen up those clamps and pop the lid open with the two clips here on that side. This off, pull that hose off, and pull this hose off. It's got a little gray tab here. Just push that tab to that side and then this will slide off of there.
And then the air filter box itself is just pushed on here. So pull it straight up. That'll unsnap it. You're basically pulling it off of these two buttons and a couple rubber grommets down there. Now there's 3 wires coming from the alternator to this plug here. And that plug is kind of below the battery and behind the air filter box. And it sounds like that's one spot where you can get some broken wires, especially on this side here. So I'm going to take this apart and inspect it before I go after the alternator. And as you cut this lever up, it actually forces the plug to unplug. Don't make me a liar. There we go. So to get this thing unlocked, you push on this tab right here. So we're looking for a couple of wires, and wow, that's crazy. I think there's something wrong with that purple wire. Oh, I gotta get the camera in here. And then the blue and orange wire right next to it, it's got the greeny meanies. So look at all these wires. Especially that one right there to the right of the purple wire. Look at all that green corrosion on that wire. That's the blue, I think with orange stripe. And that's one of the alternator wires. The purple wire is the second alternator wire. And then there's a red and brown or brown and red wire. I'll throw it up on the screen here. I'm not sure if that comes through this plug or if it goes in an alternate route. So we may have found the problem. So I'm going to take this apart a little further and see if we can figure out what we got. On this side, everything looks okay on this plug. There it is. There's the purple is this first wire here, and then the blue and orange is the second wire in. And I'm not seeing any corrosion with that. No corrosion on the inside on the pins. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to pop this cover off. There's just enough clearance so I can slide this up a little ways. Get a better look at this. These 2 wires. And that one, if it wasn't broken, it was just ready to break. That one there actually looks okay. Well, the easy solution, of course, is to take this wire here, pull it out of there, and we're going to run a jumper wire across from this side of the plug over to this side of the plug. Okay, so I've got the jumper wire in here with the shrink tubing. And so I've got to twist, I twisted the wire here and I twisted the wire there. I've got my soldering gun. And I'm gonna see if I can solder this. It's so hot, I'm starting to sweat like crazy. So I can't really see anything. I think that's soldered, I don't know. Come on, get a connection. All right, I'll take a closer look at that. Ugh. So I applied a little heat to it. I got the shrink tube to shrink. Looks like that might be sealed up pretty good. Let's see if we can get this back together. Okay, maybe it goes this way, sure. Yeah, that locks in. I already got this clip snapped on, so it's back in place. Now the purple wire didn't have the greeny meanies. It looks like it's got a little bare spot in there, but I'm gonna let that go till next time. All right, air box is out, but I think we can start this because there's nothing electrical disconnected except for the battery. So I'm gonna hook the battery back up and see if we can start it and see if that takes care of the problem. Battery terminal cleaner. Nice and clean. That's nice and clean. Nice and tight. There we go. Tight. Yeah, we know all about that. Yep. So it's just repeating all the hood oil and door warnings, but you know what? I'm not seeing the charging system problem, and I'm not seeing that battery light down here. So man, I think I'm liking this. All right, we'll do a couple of voltage checks. So we're down to 12.5. We'll start it up. Ooh, 14.5. So that's much higher than the 13.5 volts we were getting earlier. So that's working really well. Started. So we'll get these two tabs, put into the box. These are pretty belts apart. Got it in. Put on the two clips. Be careful. Don't want to over tighten those. Oh, this one's got to get on. Make sure that's on all the way around. Hoses. Goes back on there. And this one here is going to hopefully snap on, I think. Yep. Click. So my goodness, that was interesting. I hope I got video of everything, but the bottom line is I did find that broken wire at the big plug just underneath and behind the battery in the air box, and ran that jumper wire across there and did a little test run, and the battery warning light didn't come back on, so I think that fixed it. Boy, that's a lot cheaper than putting an alternator on here that I wouldn't need. All right. So goodness sakes, I hope that was helpful, and good luck to you, and thanks for watching.